Hello there, my name is Dee Martin Boyle and I live in the Madison, Wisconsin area. Today is February 24th, 2018. So who am I, what do I do, and why am I making this video? Well, first a little bit about me. I am married. I have a daughter who's 17. She's absolutely brilliant, love her so much. And both my husband and I work full-time here in the Madison area, and we have a side business. And so that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit today is what I do and maybe how I can help you. Basically what I do is help people meet their goals. Could be health and wellness, personal goals, financial freedom, things like that. And I'm going to share a personal story, and I do have some notes that I'll refer to. I want to make sure I remember everything. And as I tell my story, think about your life, think about areas where you may be struggling, and maybe I can help you with that. So for many years, I dealt with very low energy, chronic fatigue. I felt like I was walking through mud all the time, just didn't have energy to do the things I wanted to do. Like I said, I work full time. I would come home at 5 or 6 in the evening and I would take a 20 or 30 minute nap just to get through my evening. Then I would be in bed by 9 p.m. This went on every night for months, years, really. I had no energy for hobbies. We couldn't travel the way we wanted to. I wanted to be able to volunteer and do things in the community, and I just couldn't. I didn't have the energy or the stamina to do any of that. Basically, I had no life, and I really wanted to get better. I was working with my doctor. We ruled out several things, chronic fatigue, low thyroid, fibromyalgia, depression. All of that came back fine. I wasn't depressed. I didn't have some sort of syndrome or disease. I was just run down and tired. Two things did pop up on my labs. Found out I had low vitamin D levels, which is pretty typical for people living in the northern hemisphere. Also had low iron, severe to moderate anemia. So I thought, great, I've got something to work with. I started taking supplements just over the counter from the local chain pharmacy store, and I actually took those supplements for almost 2 years. Was following up with my doctor, and she was doing labs every 6 months, but a little bit of improvement, a few points here and there, but really not much improvement at all, and I certainly was not feeling better. So after almost 2 years with my doctor's blessing, I stopped taking those supplements. They just weren't working. The proof was in the pudding, the numbers were clear, they were not improving, so why waste the money? I stopped taking them. But still, I was tired and I wanted to feel better. I was reading everything I could. I was eating a plant-based diet. I figured out I'm gluten sensitive and sensitive to dairy, so I changed my diet. That helped a little bit, maybe 10 or 20% improvement, but I still wasn't feeling the way I wanted to feel. And then about a year ago, something changed. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and she's amazing. First of all, I thought she was my age, in her 40s, and I was blown away when she told me she was 60 years old. And I said, what are you doing? How do you look so good and have so much energy? Her energy level's through the roof, and they do travel. They volunteer in the community. She has 3 kids. And I was just blown away. I said, what are you doing to look and feel so good? And she said, Dee, I'd love to share it with you. Would you like to hear more? Well, of course I said yes. So we met, and what she shared with me blew my mind, changed my life. And this is what I would like to share with you in more detail. So what she shared with me was about a program and with concrete resources and products. And it was really a holistic, whole health approach to life. So I not only wanted to feel better, I wanted to look as good as she looked. I wanted to have as healthy hair as my friend had, everything. And so I decided to go for it. And the first thing I did, of course, my main priority was to have more energy and to feel better. The first thing I did was start taking these amazing supplements called Peak Performance, and they actually work, and proven through research to work. And you know what? That was a year ago, and in the past year, I have not napped. Remember I said I used to nap after work? I also used to nap in my car. I drive all day long for my work. 19 counties, love my work, and if I ever arrived somewhere early, I would sleep for 15-20 minutes in the car and then go into my appointment. I don't do that anymore. I don't nap at work. I don't nap after work. I don't nap on the weekends. My husband and I are traveling the way we want to travel. We're volunteering in the community. We're doing everything we want to do. In fact, just last month in January, we took a 10-day vacation to California, a hiking and biking vacation, and it was amazing to have that kind of energy again. And I'm so thrilled to be feeling so much better this past year. So this is what I would like to share with you. If you're struggling with energy, or you want to look better, you want to have healthier skin, healthier hair, healthier nails, I can help you. I would love to work with you and tell you what I've learned. My number to reach out to me is 608-406-0398. You can also find me on Facebook at Health and Wellness Seminars by Dee. My name is Dee Martin Boyle. D as in David, E-E. So look for Health and Wellness Seminars by Dee. And I hope to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.